Regards to the OCA fellow role takers and amazing audience, and especially to the coordinator for such an amazing topic. Now, before I go on with my speech, I would like to thank the two former speakers for setting the bar enough, so I hope that I will meet it. Now, this topic would be much more interesting if I was living in some other country, per se in India right now, or in other country where radicalism is at its peak, right? Because what we see in other country right now, for example, is I know about India, so I'll be talking about India, a few things about India, right? Now, life as a minority, and I am a Muslim, so I belong to Muslim community. So now what is happening in India right now? In India, we see that there is a vibe that is resonating, which is of discrimination, that the present Modi government is against Muslim people. Because what we see that Muslim leaders' name are taken out from textbooks, from academics, right? Which means that now these students will never know what the leaders who were Muslim did. Now these leaders' name are being changed from which the streets were named before, right? For example, the city name as the name was, I guess, Urdu city or something that was relating to the Muslim leaders. But now these names were changed, which means that they are trying to suppress Muslim in India. But now talking about me as a minority in Nepal, I don't see it any different from you guys, because understand that I've been living from childhood in Nepal. I am a Muslim by birth, but I live in a Hindu society, and many of my friends are Buddhists, right? So whenever I go, people generally tend to point out the thing that I am a Muslim, but never in a discriminating way, rather in a fun way. For example, in Smart Club, I have always been the subject of what can I say, making jokes like Sanbaj the terrorist, right? Like Sanbaj, the guy who can plant bombs in your home, right? But then again, all these things made me laugh. It doesn't make me feel left out, because I know the real intention. For example, I have my friends in Smart Club. I have Pratik, I have Swikar, I have Susan, I have Rajat, who all always tends to come up with these lame jokes which have no essence at all. But they tend to point out that I am a Muslim, and I don't know, for some reason, they keep reminding me that I am a Muslim. But let me tell you that my life is no different, because I am living in a secular country, which means that my voice is being properly heard, which means that I don't see any genocide caused because of some religious violence. I don't see any religious tolerance in my society, because whenever I walk out the streets wearing a kurta and topi in my head, whenever I go to mosque, I don't see some guy staring at me with a look of disgust that this type of people doesn't belong to our community. I don't see that. Instead, I see that whenever I return from mosque, I see people tend to greet me. They tell me Assalamu alaikum. Even they don't know the meaning of Assalamu alaikum. Even they mean to mispronounce it, but they tend to respect my religion, and they tend to just try to come up with the proper pronunciation so they don't offend me to a certain extent. And I think that is very much appreciable. And I think that is a step which we all are taking in this society to actually know each and everyone religion. For example, when I see a Christian guy in my society, I say Jai Masih, right? Now, at the beginning, I didn't know what is the meaning of Jai Masih, but a Christian friend told me what is the meaning of Jai Masih, right? So when I meet him, I say Jai Masih, but when he meets me, he says Assalamu alaikum, and in return I say Wa alaikum assalam. So that is the kind of relationship that we have been forming in the society. So when the coordinator strictly points out my life as a minority, I don't see my life as a minority, but I see my life as a group of minorities forming the majority. And since this group is formed by a different minority, I don't see a point where a group can actually be called as minority. It is just a group of people respecting each other's cultures, respecting each other's religion. I see a group of friendly people tending to make jokes, tending to want having some fun with each other, but at the same time trying to understand each other's culture, trying to understand each other's religion, and trying to not make some other individual feel as a minority, but rather a part of the majority, and they give me a sense of belonging, that I actually belong to this community. Even though I am a Muslim, I belong to this community. I belong to Nepal. I belong to these friends out there. I belong to every people. So I believe that my life as a minority in a secular country such as Nepal is fabulous, and I could not dream of any better country than Nepal in the present status. Thank you.